Hi, Marc Warnke here, PackGoats.com. I wanted to talk to you guys today just real quick about the Rendezvous. We lovingly call it the Rendy, and it's the Pack Goat Rendezvous. This year it's in Stanley, Idaho. It's going to be June, I believe it's 17th, 18th, 19th. On this post, we're going to have a clarification of dates and locations. They're also solidifying the final actual campsite area. So I'm a little bit early, but I think you need to put it on your calendar and plan for it. The Rendezvous is a super cool gathering of nerdy goat folk like me and the other goat folk that have been doing this a long time. You're going to get a chance to meet some of the legends, and Charlie Jennings and Irene and Nathan Putnam and some of the people who've been around this a long time. Some of them that show up are been doing this way longer than me and no more than I do. And the How You Went to Pack Goats, Clay and his wife are going to be out there. There's kind of a standard crew that always comes, and then there's always the new folks. And so what I would say is, if you can make it to the Rendezvous, I highly recommend it. I learned so much at my first one. I learned about, having somebody show me hands-on how to trim a hoof, hands-on how to load a pannier, hands-on I got to touch the equipment. I got to see the other people. I got to hang out with other people's families. Not only is this a super great bunch of folks, but you'll learn tons as being a pack goat advocate. And Stanley, Idaho is arguably, and I've been throughout every portion of the West and seen some of the most magnificent views. From the town of Stanley is probably one of the most beautiful views that's available in the world. I'm really not exaggerating. That Sawtooth range from that particular view is magnificent. A couple of the things that I'm going to recommend you do is make sure you come prepared. It's high elevation, it's early season. Be prepared for rain, wind, snow, and 70 degrees. It could be super nice, but be prepared for the weather. The other thing is, it's an allure to bring your goats, and I can understand why you'd want to, and I'm not going to condemn you for doing it, but I will tell you, you're going to be in seminars, eating meals, and visiting. If you bring your goats, they're going to be like tied up all day because they can't just wander. You can't co-mingle goats at the Rendezvous. You can't take your herd and mingle them with this herd and have them touch noses and do all that stuff. We control the bio security of that all. And what I have found, I always bring my goats because people want to see Merciless and they want to see Thorn and they want to see those goats because they know of them. But I am recommending, if you want the most carefree stay, to not bring your goats, only because I think you'll enjoy your time more and they'll enjoy their time more. That said, you're going to be welcomed with open arms, and I can't wait to see your goats as well. I'm just telling you, if I didn't have to bring my goats, I wouldn't. And you may feel differently about that. So I wanted to give you that heads up as well. And also too, this is really important to hear, the only entity in any form, shape, or otherwise that is battling on behalf of pack goaters in terms of national forest and legislation that affects us is NAPgA. This Rendezvous is how we raise money. We need your help. Pack goats in the backcountry and in wild places is under threat on a constant basis due to misinformation, fear, lack of cooperation, and otherwise. And we're being forced to fight for our rights to access the backcountry equally with other stock legally. And lawyers' bills and all that stuff costs money, and we need your help. And coming to the Rendezvous and buying items in the auction and coming in and donating and coming to the seminars and spending your money on things while you're there is one of the best ways that you can learn and contribute to the cause. So number one, if you're not a member of NAPgA, you have to be. If you're going to want to run pack goats, you have to be a member. It's $20. We need your support. Number two, come to the Rendy. Not only will you enjoy it, but you'll help to be raising money for pack goats. And number three is that I just am excited to meet you. I'll be there. I'll be speaking at a couple of different things. We'll have a booth there so you can lay your hands on the gear, and things that we generate revenue from while we're at the Rendezvous will be donated, a portion of that back to NAPgA, and I feel responsible to be a major contributor to that cause. I hope you find that helpful. I can't wait to meet you at the Rendezvous. Please come on, come all.